Okay, so backstage was Greg Jackson, who coached a couple of fighters tonight, including Joey Villasenor and Sarah Kaufman. I just wanted to get your thoughts on both of their fights tonight.
I was really proud of both of them. They did really, really well. Sarah did great on the game plan and just put a lot of pressure on her and was able to, by pressure, win the fight. And the same could be said for Joey. You know, he followed the game plan really well. Joey had a round or two of ring rust where you could tell he hasn't fought in 16 months. He was running into punches. He just didn't have it. And then by the end of the third, you'd see the old Joey coming out. He started to take over. That's Joey Villasenor. So it was really nice to get that fight out of the way. It was a tough fight. And he hasn't fought in so long. Every fighter comes back. I mean, you remember what that kind of stuff did to Ali and all. You never know. How's this fighter going to come back? So he proved that the old Joe is back. It just took him 2 rounds to get there.
Yeah. Well, in the main event, it looked like Cyborg really got pretty tired towards the end of the round, and Joey kind of picked him apart and took advantage of that, and that really sealed the deal at the end. Was it kind of just a matter of pushing the pace and basically just dictating the fight?
It was, and it was also Joey started to zero in, because if Joey didn't zero in, he wouldn't have been able to dictate the pace. Cyborg would have just kept hitting him. So he was actually able to utilize his technique, push the pace, and also his punches started to land. And like I said, he got the ring rust out of him, and you could really tell. It's almost like a switch when it happened.
Yeah, and Sarah, I was just talking with Sarah, and she gave a lot of credit to her coach Adam Zujek, who she's worked with forever. But when I was watching the fight, I wonder if Greg told her to do that when she stood up both times in the third and final round. She didn't stay on the ground. She stood up and let Shayna stand instead of engaging in the ground battle. And I was just wondering, was that part of your suggestion to her?
No, that was part of the game plan that I think they came up with. But I was there in a supporting role, doing small things like telling her to fake, and then when she pulled, then come in behind her, keep the pressure on, doing little stuff, change her level so that she goes down, just little things like that. But they had a real solid game plan, and I was just happy to be a part of it.
Well, you manage some of train, I should say, some of the top fighters in the world today, and are world-renowned for your game plans and strategies for coming into fights. What fights are you most looking forward to in the future from fighters from your camp, and then also from fighters who maybe come from other camps?
You know, I can only focus on fighters in my camp just because I'm so busy all the time. You know what I mean? That I'm just not that smart. Thank God I got a lot of great coaches. I'm really excited about it. Tomorrow I'll be in Vegas coaching Joe Stevenson on The Ultimate Fighter. So literally tomorrow I have another huge fight. And then Julie Kedzie is going to be fighting on July 4th, and Tommy Truex, and we're really looking forward to that. And then July 11th, my man George is fighting, and I'll be in Montreal up until that time, so I'll be there. And I'm really excited by all those fights. I think we really have an opportunity to show how good those fighters are, and why as a team we consistently win most of the time.
So Joe is actually coming back from a couple of losses, and he's looking to rebound for that. Can you kind of give us a bit of insight into what we can expect from Joe tomorrow night?
Well, I'm hoping we're trying to redo his footwork, get him a lot more explosive, get him a lot more unpredictable, and hopefully he'll follow. We've got a game plan, and hopefully it's the right one, I hope, because I don't always call the right one, but I hope this will be the right one, and I hope he'll perform well.
Well, I think more often than not you don't, and when you're put up against, for example, a guy like Lyoto Machida, it's pretty tough to formulate a game plan when you have 0 people that you can use to replicate a strategy.
Yeah, but that's still my fault, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm looking forward to rectifying my mistake, and that's not Rashad's fault at all. It's my fault, and Machida's a great fighter too. He's not like I do. Machida also had a part in that, but I'm really looking forward to getting another shot at him.
And you think Rashad will probably, if he gets past Quentin Rampage Jackson, you think he'll probably be next in line for the title shot after that?
I hope so. You know, Quentin is a really tough fighter himself. He had a life and death match with Keith that he lost in the last 30 seconds.
Very close fight.
And very close fight. So I'm hoping to, if we're lucky enough to get past him, to go after Machida again.
And just one final comment about that. If by some, I guess, chance, Mauricio Shogun Hua is the one who figures out the chink in Lyoto Machida's armor, and he's the one who goes ahead, and if Rashad gets past Quentin Rampage Jackson, do you think you have a solid game plan for beating Shogun?
I haven't even thought about him yet, but if that really is the case, then I will try my best to figure out something. But Shogun is an amazing fighter in his own right, so one fight at a time, I guess. So I'll just look at Rampage, but yeah, both of those guys are really tough. That division's so stacked right now.
Well, you've got so many great fighters in your camp. It's amazing that you can keep them all going. But you do a great job, and as seen tonight, you've got a great stable of fighters going. So thank you very much for your time for this.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.